So in 2023, Aiko Jones was named to the Final Four All-Tournament team, the All-Louisville Regional team, and the All-ACC First team in U.S. Collegiate Volleyball. Fast forward to 2024, and she is now the first Jamaican to sign a U.S. Volleyball Pro League contract, and she's here with us now, zooming in from foreign. Hello, my street girl. How are you?
Hi, Auntie Simone. How are you? I'm good.
So well, and so proud of you. Man, this is history making, girlie. How do you feel?
To be very honest, that was the last thing on my mind. It feels maybe not as big as a lot of people think, because there are many Jamaicans who have played professional volleyball before, overseas in Europe and other countries. But with these new US Pro Leagues, I was like, this is great to stay closer to home, and now I've signed, but it does feel really good. But I know that there were others that paved the way for me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take all the credit, but it feels really, really good.
Girl, take some credit first and foremost. Let's talk about your career in this game. I mean, Harris said it earlier. Daly Harris said it earlier. You are a beast on the court, but where did the love start? So that was Mommy and Daddy who planted that seed. So tell me about your early days falling in love with volleyball while you were at home.
You are entirely correct in the fact that my parents planted the seed. But I will say that both parents tried to steer me away from volleyball and assured me many times, you do not need to play this sport because we both played. We don't expect you to. This is not what we necessarily are trying to make you do. And I kind of told both of them, well, this is where my heart is. And I played many sports growing up. I did track, I did dancing, I did a little bit of netball. But none of them brought me the joy that playing with a volleyball team did. And my dad and my high school coach, Starry O'Neilly Banks, who my dad coached when he was in high school at Knox, they both would tell me volleyball is the only ultimate team sport. And I thought it was just something they said, but the more I played, the more I realized that you can't play the ball more than once. And it's very unexpected where the ball is going to go, and you really do need everyone. And my team at Wolmer's was like a family. My team at UE was like a family, and my team at Louisville was like a family. And I just loved that camaraderie aspect of it, and I stuck with it and always wanted to see how far it would take me. And it's still taking me places. So
It's taken you to a winning team. It's taken you to many titles. It's taken you to a bunch of kills, we call it, throughout your career, and just an outstanding profile. You've been on the radar of many in the United States of America because of just how much passion you bring to the sport. Tell me a little bit about, and then you're balancing that now with your schoolwork, because you're doing a master's now?
I just finished my master's.
You just?
Yeah.
And your master's is in what?
Communication.
So hold on now. So what you going to do with the degree? Or was the degree a clutch?
Communicate. I got my bachelor's, 2 bachelors in biology and another in communication. And the communication side of my studies came about on accident, because during COVID, I got shipped back home, and none of the biology courses were offered online. And I needed to stay in full-time credit hours to stay eligible in my sport. So I took a lot of communication electives, and I'm very creative. So it allowed me to explore my photography side, my videography side, learn a little bit more about film, do a little bit more research in the sense of strategic communication. And it's funny for me now to say this, talking to you, Auntie Simone, because I know you and Mommy have this whole background in communication related things. And I never saw myself going there, but I also have a passion for creating and having an impact on my community. And so I ended up studying communication too. And I got into marketing and a little bit of social media strategy. So I have some part-time gigs doing that right now while I'm waiting on the pro season to start. But my plan is to play volleyball for as long as my knees allow.
Welcome to the comms world. We embrace you. You couldn't reach far, comms, volleyball, the 2 of them are in your blood.
I know.
You couldn't run far. So when you went to the States and you started playing there, Did you realize that you had what it took when you started like really showing up on people's radar? Did it surprise you, or did you know that you had what it took to kind of get to the top with the Cardinals and just keep winning and making such an impact on the team?
Yeah, to be honest, it was the last thing on my mind in terms of me popping up on people's radar. I was having such a good time on the court, and I kept every year surprising myself, learning something new. And at first, it was intimidating because the US has a way more structured, resourceful volleyball pipeline. And so I was behind everyone at my age. There were kids 2, 3, 4 years younger than me that were just so much better than me skill wise. And so it was intimidating at first, but I found myself with a coaching staff and a support staff that really wanted to see me get there. And so I was just focused on being better than I was the day before. And then fast forward to now, looking back, I'm like, wow, this is a girl from Jamaica who grew up playing on asphalt, kind of has done something in this US volleyball world. But in the moment, it was the last thing on my mind.
It looks like something happens to you when you hit the court. You transform into something.
I feel so free.
It's clear, Aiko, it's clear. It's joy that is coming from you. It's the love for your teammates. It's how you guys celebrate when you do what you do. And I'm telling you, there is no greater blessing than finding and being able to sit in and earn from your passion. I just know you're going big places. Now this contract with the Atlanta Vibe, what does this mean for you now? How long is the contract period? What are your obligations there?
So this contract is with, there's 3 professional volleyball leagues in the US. As of 2020, there was one. This past spring season, there was another, and another one will begin in 2025. I'm in the Professional Volleyball Federation, otherwise known as Real Pro Volleyball, and this will be their second year in action. I've signed a 1-year contract with this team, and this league is designed very much like the NBA, WNBA, or the NFL, where players can be traded, players can be waived, there's an injury roster, there's an active roster. So I've signed a contract that has locked me in to train with this team and to make a certain salary should I make the active roster in January. But one thing
when you make the active roster,
I was gonna say one thing I know about me is once I get in that gym closer to December, I'm gonna be the hardest working person in the room.
Yes,
that's just in my nature. I mean, Jamaicans, and I've been the underdog before, and now as a rookie, I haven't competed since December. I know I'm in a similar situation as when I was entering college, and I'm already putting in the work. And so I'm confident that if they don't choose me for the active roster, it will be a very hard decision.
Hey, when they choose you for the active roster, it will be an easy decision. That is what we're saying.
That's the better way to look at it.
Your mom, Paula Ann, your dad, John, super proud, all of your siblings. And of course, those of you who know you from you was in your mommy belly. We are so super proud. And we know this is the beginning of the unlocking of so many more amazing doors for you. And we are here cheering you on. You see my post in Twitter. I see you answering them. So you know. We're rooting for you. Oh, thanks for stopping in, Mom. I love you. Keep safe.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yes. I see you pushing even when the pain gets tough, but we know that's how it goes in this sport. So on your strength, we congratulate you. And we wish you all the best. And we'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you so much, Auntie Sim.
All right. Pro Athlete, US Volleyball League. Pro Athlete, US Volleyball League. Aiko Jones. Coming up in the next half hour, Girl Talk, discussing the importance of being credible. And the second edition of News in 5 is after this break.